mental health. Omo, like, as in, it's really deep. I was thinking of a niche to focus on, and we all know what mental health is. So I decided that we're going to talk about taking control or taking charge of your mental health because it's very important. I'm very sure that at one point or the other in our lives, we might have experienced some form of anxiety, depression. Abby was saying when she was going to host the webinar, the Twitter space, thank you. She was having anxiety. And one thing I've learned is no matter how confident you are as a person, there comes a time in your life when you need to do something that anxiety will creep in. Just some few days ago, I was having a nervous breakdown. And if I should even tell you why I broke down, it would be like, come on, you are bigger than that. But, it happens to the best of us. So mental health is one of the most popular slangs that I heard earlier, especially with us the Gen Zs. Everybody, I'm protecting my mental health. Some people even excuse laziness for protecting mental health. Some people don't want to work because they're trying to protect their mental health. But in as much as we have people that use it wrongly or abuse it, it doesn't really mean that it's not real. It doesn't mean that people don't experience mental health issues, which is not what we're talking about. As I said earlier, we're talking about taking charge or control of your mental health. So, what is mental health? Simply an emotional, psychological, and social well being, or it's a state of emotional, social, and psychological well-being of a person that enables you to cope with stress, enables you to think, learn, and everything that has to do with the mind. Okay, so it's for a fact that I'm going to give us 5 facts about mental health because earlier Promise said that when I come to speak or talk, they should play I've been drinking more alcohol. And I was like, why? He said, because what I'm talking about is sad. Promise is not sad. Mental health is not sad. Now, 5 facts about mental health. Number one, it is part of everyone. Everybody has a mental health, just as you have a physical health. As I said, it's a state of well being, right? Psychologically, emotionally, and socially. Number two, it is something to look after. In Nigeria, or not just Nigeria, a black man believes that he doesn't need therapy. A black man believes that um, all these things are worse, like I don't need to talk to somebody about my problems and stuff. So it is actually something to look after, and we're going to look at some of the ways to look after our mental health. The third fact about mental health is it is real and it is quite complex. It is quite complex because it has to do with 3 parts of our nature, which is the emotions, our social life, and psychology. So it is quite complex. And the fourth thing is it is very important. That is why we need to look after it. And lastly, it is something you have control over. Yes. Some of us don't know that we could actually control our thoughts. When you tell somebody, embrace positive imaging or think positively, it's like how the thoughts just come. You could actually control it, even though it takes a lot, but with consistency and intentionality. I just, okay, you could actually work on this. I just realized that almost everything we're talking about is interrelated one way or the other, which is amazing. So now, because of our time, I know how to talk very much. So I'm trying as much as I can to be as fast and straight to the point. So I said we're going to talk about how to control our mental health. So 10 positive mental health habits. That's actually how we can take charge, right? So I'm just going to be listing them out and saying little about them. The first here I have is talking. Talk. Don't keep it to yourself. I grew up as a person that I feel I'm strong enough to deal with my shit and deal with other people's shit. Like I felt like I could take it or yeah. And until I realized that I was taking too many things and I was even losing myself entirely. So please talk to people. You need help. You can't do it alone. Yeah, there's only so much you can do, and there's only so much you can take as a person. So when you're overwhelmed, find someone that you trust. If you feel or you believe that therapy is not for you, because I recommend therapy a lot. I'm not a psychologist, I don't know anything about it, but I believe that therapy is actually important and it works. That works for people, and I believe it can work for you. So if you can't afford therapy or you just don't believe in therapy, find your bestie, your man, your woman, your mom, anybody that you trust that can support you. I won't say praise the Lord that we're together. Yeah, so talk to someone that you know will listen to you. Most of the time, it's not even like you need advice. You actually know what you're supposed to do, but you just need someone to listen to you and offer you that support. So talk. The second is journaling or writing. Some people will say, I'm not a writer. You don't have to be a writer to actually write. Write down your thoughts, write down how you feel. Diary is not just for white girls, or it's not just a girl's thing. Anyone can own a diary and make good use of it. So just write down your thoughts. And for those of us that are writers, it's actually one of the most exciting ways to let things out. I remember when I was doing Superwoman, my only way of coping was through writing. I think that was even how I started writing, because that was the only outlet I felt I had. I didn't want to talk to people. I could not talk to people because I felt like they needed me more than I needed them. So I just wrote down everything I was feeling. I mean, every single thing I was feeling. And it helped. It was relieving. So write, journal down your thoughts. Um, the next thing is mindfulness. Mindfulness. Some of us are dreamers. We love to look into the future, the perfect future in the Maldives, and all the things that that you've envisioned yourself to be. You just want to be in the future. And one thing, it's not wrong, to be in the future or to think about your future and envision things, but it becomes a problem, when you begin to compare your present and your future and begin to say, it's like I'm not moving, it's like I'm not going to get there. It becomes worry. So mindfulness is like keeping yourself in the present. It's like keeping yourself in the present without any form of judgment, or without dissecting what is wrong and what is right in your present. Focus, stay focused, remain in your present, appreciate where you are now. Someone said life is not a this cycle or this circle, which one is even correct? Life is not a circle, right? But then it looks like you're moving, but you're moving upwards rather. Yeah. So you're just going in this direction. It's not like you're staying in one place. Most times you don't see your progress, others see it. So just focus and try as much as you can to just enjoy where you are. Challenge your thoughts. When your mind is beginning to wander and tell you how much you've not done, or how much where you need to be and then you're not there, you tell yourself how much you've actually done or where you are. So challenge those negative thoughts and try as much as you can to replace them with positives. For example, okay, hey, I don't have the money to do something that I need to do, but then whichever way, I know I'll still get the money. It might not be now, I can still do it any other time, something like that. Then connect with people. Take time away from your phone. Have physical conversations. Talk to your family, talk to your friends. Your phone is not your friend. As as I don't know, as whatever as it sounds, but your phone is not really, to an extent, is not your friend. Learn to have physical connections with people. It helps a lot. That is the best one. I told my friends, I said, I'm not best at checking up on people. But one thing I'm glad about is that I have friends that they understand the vibe. So no matter how long it takes, sometimes I have a friend that was in Badagry for over a year. She came back. I can count the number of times we actually spoke over the phone. But when she came back, the vibe was the same. It was as if nothing happened. I'm not saying don't keep up with communications, please do. But value physical connections. I think I relate better, with people that I love when we are together. So connect with people. Relaxation. Please relax. Take care of yourself. Have fun. Look for hobbies that are not so expensive, because you tell some people now, relax. They say, I don't have money to go to KNL or to go to wherever it is you want to go. Chop life in the easiest and simplest way you can. Relax, rest, sleep, and all of that. Sorry, can I just rush through? The next is identify your strengths and appreciate your weaknesses. We know what that is. And the next is values. Always stay connected to your values. What is it that you believe in? What pushes you as a person? That is your core. So always hold on to it at every time. Number nine, exercise. Study shows that physical exercise, improves your mental condition. It relieves anxiety and stress and all of that. As much as most of us do not like to move our bodies, please exercise. Achievements, engage in something that you're good at, because it provides a sense of pleasure and achievement to you. Do something that you know you're good at. It will make you feel good about yourself, which is very important. And then in conclusion, that is where the sticky notes come. I want you to write down three stressors. That's what are the three major things that stress you the most. That when you think about them, it's like you are losing your mind. It doesn't have to be a long sentence. Three stressors, and the next is you identify three relaxants or relaxers, whatever things that when you think of, they make you happy or they calm you down. If you've done that, I want you to practice what we call positive imaging. Now, as much as God grants you the grace to open your daughters and see this, when you look at, the things that stress you, imagine yourself overcoming them, or imagine yourself, just picture yourself, vision yourself getting over everything that stresses you, or imagine them working out. And then focus on the things that actually make you feel good. Three stressors and three relaxants. All right, thank you very much. Sorry for taking too much of your time.